Welcome to the WIHS Journal. On the broadcast with me today is Cindy Dunbar, the Connecticut Wheelchair Coordinator for Connecticut. Stay tuned for all the details. Well, today on the WIHS phone line with us is Cindy Dunbar. She is now the new Connecticut Chair Coordinator for Wheels for the World. She kind of took over for Joy. It's been a joy having you, Cindy, take over for the needs of people with disabilities all over, the state of Connecticut, which is so exciting. But, these wheelchairs, not only do they come into Connecticut, they get refurbished and they go around the world to less fortunate disabled individuals in other countries who practically don't have anything. They have to pick themselves up off the floor and drag themselves around. So what a blessing it is to have you. And we'll discuss, the different facets of Wheels for the World. First, tell us how last year was for Wheels for the World collection here in Connecticut.
Okay, last year's total, we got 511 chairs. And each region is asked to try and achieve 1,000 chairs. Our region is all of New England, Pennsylvania, and New York State. So for Connecticut to have pulled in 511 chairs, we are doing mightily. And we are so blessed to have so many people that know now that we do this. We don't necessarily do wheelchair collections the way that they were done before, but we will actually go to wherever the chairs are and pick them up. We started doing that when the pandemic started because we figured out that it was very possible we could pick the chairs up without having to interact with people that were donating them. And we still do that if people prefer it that way. And then we mail the receipts back to them. We've gone as far away to pick up chairs as Poughkeepsie, New York. And we've got other agencies that know that we do that. And so we get a lot of repeat donors that way.
Awesome. I love that.
It's working out extremely well.
If you're tuning in right now, I'm speaking to Cindy Dunbar from Wheels for the World. So, Cindy, I explained a little bit the scenario, what goes on in third world countries, about how imperative just a simple wheelchair, but it has to be metal, wheelchairs, walkers, canes, and crutches. So tell us how the distribution works here in Connecticut and then what happens after the distribution.
Okay. When the people that want to donate a chair contact us, we arrange mutually beneficial time to go pick it up or pick them up, however many they've got. The only ones we're not allowed to take are motorized chairs. Most of the places that we send them don't have electricity, so there'd be no way for them to fire them up. We do have, 11 prison refurbishing centers in the U.S., and we just started a new international refurbishing center in El Salvador. The chairs that we pick up, we've got ties now to all of New England. Unfortunately, we don't have any collectors up in Vermont State, but the rest of New England is covered, and we all do pretty much the same thing. There are some states that still do wheelchair collections, but we found that we did far better just volunteering to go pick them up wherever they are. Like I said, last year's total for Connecticut was 511 chairs. That's
Wow.
over 50% of what the California office hoped that each region would be able to do.
Yeah. That's awesome. Awesome. And Wheels for the World, kind of, you guys coincide with Johnny and Friends. And just letting you know that Johnny and Friends have always been called Johnny and Friends, but since they have now changed their programming and it's called Sharing Hope. And they can tune in Monday through Friday at 11:12 a.m. and hear Johnny Erickson Tata in her program, her broadcast called Sharing Hope. For anyone who doesn't know what Johnny and Friends is, maybe you can fill us in a little bit, Cindy?
Yes. Johnny and Friends has been around for a little while. I'm not sure exactly when they started, but the Wheels for the World started in 1994. And right now they have 89 countries that they reach out to and send chairs to, but they've got 56 distribution trips planned. And we did meet the goal that was set a couple years ago of achieving the distribution of 200,000 chairs by 2020. So we were real happy about that. And let's see, there's a new organization that's helping called throughtheroof.org. And they have Wheels for the World planned trips. One of them starts tomorrow and runs to the 25th in Kerala, India. And they're looking for volunteers to go on that trip. They need 2 therapists and a photographer. And they're looking for people that are tech savvy to also join them. Then May 3rd, to the 13th, they're going to Bidi, Uganda, to the refugee camp there. And they're looking for a therapist and someone with a tech role as well. And then the next one that we know of isn't until November, but that will be in Kenya. And they're encouraging volunteers who want to go to Kenya and help with the disabled.
Great.
Now, the reason we're doing this now, March is actually Disability Awareness Month. So here we are.
Yeah.
If somebody's interested in joining the Chair Corps, all they have to do is contact me, or they can contact johnnyandfriends.org and look up all of the different ministries that she has under that. And you can find Wheels for the World that way.
Awesome. You're tuning in right now. This is Cindy Dunbar from Wheels for the World. So, Cindy, tell our listeners if they have access to a metal walker, wheelchair, canes, or crutches, how do they get that to you? Because I know that you're taking collections ongoing. Right
now, they can call either myself or Marshall Dunbar. The numbers are 203-747-0542.
Cindy, thank you so much for this valuable information, what you and Marshall do for the disabled. Any details that I missed out that you would like our listeners to know before we close the broadcast today?
2 pieces of information. We also collect wheelchair parts. So that and the chairs can be in just about any condition. Gently used is fine, but it doesn't have to be totally intact. For every 3 broken chairs, they can make 1 really good chair. Whatever they've got, we will come and pick them up. Once again on the broadcast with us was Cindy Dunbar, the Connecticut Wheelchair Coordinator for Wheels for the World, collecting metal, walkers, canes, and crutches for disabled individuals around the world. For more details, you can give us a call at 860-346-1049.
I'm Anissa Porticelli for News and Public Affairs.